What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You guys join me for a bit of an update video here today. So in front of me, I have my 2006 Audi A6 Avant, and I just want to take the opportunity to fill in a couple of ownership updates that I've had with this car over the past few months or so. If you guys are unfamiliar, I picked this car up as a replacement to my 2006 Porsche Cayenne, and that car developed a pretty significant coolant leak that basically rendered it mechanically total. And I do want to apologize in advance. It is very windy outside today. Maybe you can see some of the trees blowing around in the background, but I am trying to keep my back to it just to give you guys the best audio quality possible. And I'm also using a new external microphone with sort of a wind buffer to kind of help me film on windy days like this. So let me know what you guys think of the audio quality as well. I picked this car up back in January of this year, so it's been about 3 months or so of ownership. I think I put close to 1,500, maybe 2,000 miles on it so far, and it's been a really great car. Multiple weeks where it really didn't get above 30 degrees or so, and it's been a great car in the garage. It's handled everything with ease. We've had a lot of snow, and it had no problem getting traction and everything like that in those conditions as well. This car also has 261,000 miles on it, which is an amazing testament to Audi reliability. This has the 3.2 liter V6, so it's the tried and true kind of Audi Volkswagen Group motor that they've had in their lineup throughout the mid to late 2000s, and it's really been a great motor so far. I've had no issues or anything like that. The previous owner took excellent care of this car. He was a real enthusiast, and I was really fortunate to find such a clean example that's been well taken care of over the years. Let's go ahead and pop the hood here, and I'll give you guys a little bit better look at what's powering this thing. So it is, like I said, the 3.2 V6. You can see it's in really good shape under here, very clean. Some of the plastics and everything like that have kind of cracked over time, but nothing too dramatic. You can see everything looks great under here, no leaks or anything like that. The valve cover gaskets were replaced pretty recently, so you can see it is also very clean around there as well. The one thing you can see, I am holding the hood up permanently with my hand here because the hood strut has completely failed. So look forward to replacing that in very soon here. But the only other maintenance I have planned for this thing so far is an oil change, which is coming up in the next 1,000 miles or so. The car is actually clean for the first time in a pretty long time. Like I said, it's been a brutal winter here, and this is one of the first opportunities that I've had to actually go through and try and get some of the salt and everything off the paint. But with the salt and everything kind of that layer off, you can see there's stone chips and everything. There's some pretty deep ones right there and everything like that. But this car was never protected with paint protection film or anything like that. So obviously it has signs of road use, but the headlights are in really great shape. They were replaced by the previous owner due to some wiring issues. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but I think one of the HID maybe ballast went out. So he went ahead and actually found these headlights off of a junkyard car. So they actually look really good. And I think he went and polished them out as well to look even better. The wheels are in decent shape. They definitely have some sort of caked on grime and road rash and everything like that. That's really difficult to get off. But obviously with a car with 260K on it, you would expect something like that. But the Michelin Cross Climate 2 tires, on the other hand, have been excellent. They're a little bit noisy on the highway, but they provided great traction in the winter and kind of the salt and ice and everything like that. I just kind of learned to deal with the road noise, and this car is actually so well insulated on the inside of the car that you don't really hear it. The rotors and pads also have a ton of life left in them as well. They were replaced by the previous owner with FCP Euro genuine Audi OEM parts, so they have a great feel in the pedal and no signs of any wear or anything like that. One mechanical item that's sort of made itself known over the past couple months or so is that I think the tie rods are sort of on their way out on this car. When you're kind of maneuvering around parking garages and stuff like that, especially in the colder weather, the tie rods sort of make a creaking noise when the wheels are going left to right. That's sort of what I've self-diagnosed it to be. It might not be that, but it hasn't really bothered me that much, and it actually goes away when the car warms up. So I haven't really bothered to look into it too much, but if I have the opportunity to replace it with maybe another maintenance item, I may look to do so in the future. The windshield does have a couple stone chips in it. You can see, I think there's one right here and one right here. I think this is a very small one as well. They haven't grown in size over the past few months or so, but I am actively monitoring them to make sure that they don't. And if they do, then I'll have to look into kind of getting those fixed. One other thing that I don't have to deal with this car, and it might seem kind of trivial, is that the windshield seals are in really great shape. If you guys missed on my Cayenne, I had issues with the windshield seals being kind of plastic and brittle, and they kind of wore out all along the front part of the windshield here, and that actually led to water kind of seeping down through the dashboard and into the kind of carpet area of the front passenger and driver seats there. So this car obviously does not do that. It doesn't kind of leak water in any capacity into the interior, so I'm really happy about that. But just figured I'd point it out since I did deal with it in one of my previous cars. Continuing along here, the rest of the body is in good shape. You can see there are some scratches sort of on the wheel well right here. Hopefully you guys can get a good look at that. There's also a few by the door handles and on the rear passenger door there, but otherwise it's in good shape. And as we continue along here, the other thing I pointed out in sort of the unveil video in this car is that the kind of left inner tail light right here has kind of faded out a little bit. The previous owner actually replaced the right side one, so it looks really clean and fresh on that side. But unfortunately, this inner tail light is very, very difficult to find, and it is expensive if you do. So we sort of decided to leave it as is, and I really don't mind it too much. Obviously, all the functionality still works and everything. It's just the lens is a little bit tough to see there. Passenger side of the car is also in pretty good shape. The wheels, I think this front passenger wheel is probably the worst condition out of all four of them. You can see there's sort of this road rash that runs along some of the spokes there, but otherwise not too bad. And also some of the lug nut covers are also missing. I might just take them all off. I've had other Audis with those covers, and I don't actually have the tool to remove them. So if I could just remove them for once and for all and not have to deal with that, I might do that. But if you go ahead and open the rear passenger door here, I'll show you guys the back seat. Also in really, really good shape. You have this beautiful wood trim on the door panel here. Everything feels super high quality. This car also has the Bose sound system. You also have the rear heated seats, obviously 12-volt power outlet, no rips or tears in the leather. The passenger seat itself is also in great shape. You can see no rips or tears in the leather. Obviously, the full power seat itself works. There's a little bit of staining and stuff on the carpet. This isn't actually the original OEM carpet that's underneath, but as you can see, kind of similar stains under there as well. On the driver door here, there is one thing that sort of happened over the past few months or so, and that's this lock and unlock button being a little bit chipped up. You can see one of the previous owners actually put a sticker over the original cover, and even that has started to come off a little bit. So I'm looking into replacing that. I might just have to peel this off and put a new sticker on, but it is backlit. So I want to make sure, obviously, that those icons still illuminate at night. I actually have 2 keys for this car and actually the small valet key, so I guess that makes 2.5 keys. But if we go ahead and just kind of stick it in the ignition and flick it over to the right, it'll go ahead and fire up. And as you can see, no check engine lights, no warning lights. Obviously, everything is in great shape. 261,719 miles. If you guys missed the quirks and features video that I made on this car, someone actually commented because I could not figure out how to turn the climate control on and off on this car. I always thought that the fan would just stay on, and I thought it was just a weird feature of this car. But actually, that commenter told me that if you press and hold the econ on and off button for a few seconds, that's actually how you turn it off. So really interesting. I did not know that, and I'm very thankful that I do now. One other mechanical thing that I have noticed in this car that's developed over the past few months or so is that the steering wheel itself is actually a little bit squeaky when you're kind of turning it left to right. Obviously, it's not doing it in this instance, and it's a very faint squeaking sound. I'll go ahead and put some clips that I have of it actually happening in the past here. So as you guys probably heard, it's kind of coming down from the firewall steering mechanism down by the pedal box. I'm not exactly sure though. I haven't kind of gotten it fully diagnosed yet. I did spray some WD-40 kind of silicone spray down there because I saw some other forum posts kind of saying that helped fix their problem, but I haven't noticed it as the weather has warmed up. So maybe one of the kind of rubber seals down there got a little bit brittle or something like that due to the cold weather. I'm going to keep an eye on it, obviously, and if it gets worse, I'm obviously going to look into fixing it. But other than what I think to be the tie rod issues at the front, as well as the steering wheel squeak here, the rest of the mechanicals on this car have been perfect. I've been really impressed, like I said, in such a cold winter that this car has given me no hiccups or anything like that. And cross fingers that it continues to stay that way for the foreseeable future. But with that being said, let's go ahead and shut the car off here and conclude the video. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the update video on my 2006 Audi A6 Avant. If you guys did enjoy this video, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe for a ton of cool content coming very soon. And I'll catch you in the next one.